diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets, I like more than sex, but nothing in this world that I like more than checks. Money. All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All I back need is the money. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I'll shoot. Bow, sugar low.
Hey daydreamers, what's up? I'm Queen Daij if you're new to my channel, and we are back with a chit chat get ready with me, aka Queen Speaks, here on my channel. I think I want to change the name of this to Talk and Slay, y'all. Talk and Slay. Talk and Slay. Does that sound nice? Like nice little talk and slay? I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing with my life. This is my second time recording it. It's the day after Christmas, and I was here recording it yesterday, and I didn't like the way it looked. So we are going to try to get it right this time. Okay, I'm gonna have the products either pop up on the screen or I'm gonna list them in the description. But I don't wanna like show you guys or like tell you guys what I'm using because it'll throw me off. So I'm probably gonna tell us like I'm moving to LA or something like that. And I think that I need to explain to y'all, first of all, where or why I'm where I'm at now, currently. And just give you a little recap of my 2018 because you're not gonna really understand why I'm making these moves unless you understand like what I've been through this year, which was hell. It was like literally me living my worst life. And I know y'all probably gonna be like, Daij, how are you living your worst life? And you had a whole blog series titled Living My Best Life. You know, you done met Chloe and Halle, you was front row in front of Drake, you were in the Bahamas, like on ships and trips and all that good stuff. How? And it's just a lot of stuff y'all did not see on camera. With a lot of YouTubers, we just let y'all see what we want y'all to see. And I'm the person, I don't really like putting negativity out on social media. But just know, it was like a lot, and I'm not even gonna talk about all the bad that happened because I don't feel like it's really a point of dwelling on those experiences. Just know that they made me stronger. And that everything does happen for a reason. I feel like what I went through this year prepared me in a way for my future because my dreams and my goals are like big, like they're really big. And sometimes they can be scary. And I feel like when your dreams are like outside of the normal, like they're not, you know, typical goals like for the everyday person, I feel like there's a lot of, not doubt, but there's a lot of fear amongst people around you, or a lot of people thinking that you need a backup plan and all this other stuff. And I guess you could say a lot of doubt with the people, you know, around you. If you don't know, I am originally from Detroit, Michigan. And around this time last year, I was in Ohio. And I was actually in this exact same room. Ironically enough, when I came back here to Ohio, Taylor and I got the same unit. I'll explain why I came back here, but like Taylor and I got the same unit at the same apartment. And I have a different room, I have a bigger room, but for some odd reason they left this door unlocked. I don't feel like I'm supposed to be in here, but I'm just gonna take advantage of this space and use it as a filming studio until further notice. So there's that. Around this time last year, I made a video. It was a Queen Speaks and it was titled like I Broke Down or something like that. And if you are an OG daydreamer, you know that that was a very hard time. December of last year and January of this year. Whew, y'all, it was rough. It was real rough. And the reason being was because there was a death in my family, and basically after that happened, a lot of people's true colors came out. People started acting really ugly and just acting out of assumptions and emotions, and just people just started acting crazy, and basically all hell broke loose. And a lot of that spilled over into 2018, like the first half of this year. And it just caused a lot of struggle for my mother and I. And the thing was, I didn't ask for any. It's not that people ask for like tragedies and like stuff like that to happen, but in the situation, I literally had no control. I had no say so. I mean, I could give an opinion or my thoughts or whatever, but it doesn't mean that people would change their actions. Acting wise, I didn't have any part in anything. I was like an innocent bystander. So, you know, I was going back and forth between if I was gonna go home or not. And at the time, I felt like the best decision was for me to go home and deal with the things there because it was crazy. And that put me in a position this year that had me struggling, and I don't want to necessarily say I regret it or say that it was not the best decision, because at the end of the day I did learn a lot and I became a stronger person from everything. But I wish that things could have gone differently. I wish that, you know, the situations back at home, I wish it was different. That's why I'm not there anymore. I had to remove myself from everything that was going on. It was a period of time where I didn't have a home, I didn't have an address. I was sitting on the floor, sitting on couches. And I'm not gonna go into detail because I ain't putting all the business out like that. But I had to remove myself from a bad situation a few months ago, and I had to do it very quickly, and I didn't really have options. So I had to come back to Ohio because this apartment, y'all, that I'm in, is kind of like a college campus apartment. It's like right across the street from campus. And so it's a little bit bootleg, like administration, like the whole like complex is run by people like the same age as me. So it's really not that professional. Like you cannot have a job and still like get approved to live here. And that was the thing, like I started my own business this year, and so I didn't really have anything on file. So this honestly was like the only way that I could, you know, have a bed to lay in, have a roof over my head where I had a room, you know. So I had to make that decision. I had to make this move. I had to come back here, and here I am. Here I freaking am. I'm back in the same place that I was at a year ago, but mentally I'm in a completely different space. I didn't get nearly as much done as I planned to this year, but you know, we're just gonna keep pushing forward. We're just gonna keep on with the optimism going into the new year. After like the first half of craziness of this year kind of like died down, I was like, you know what, well, before all of that, I dropped out of college. I was in college for several years, it feels like. It was probably one of the best decisions that I made this year, because I feel like that was the first decision that I made for myself. This whole year, I've really been putting other people before me, and that was literally the first decision where I was like, you know what, no one else's opinion is going to affect how I feel about this or what I do. I'm just literally gonna do this for me, and I don't regret it at all. But when you do something or take a risk like that, not even a risk, because really going to college is a risk in itself, but when you make a dramatic life change like that, or a decision, when you make a big decision like that in life, you have to have a plan. So I said, you know, I'm gonna move to Atlanta. And the reason behind that was, well, I've always loved Atlanta. Atlanta has always been close to my heart. When I first went to Atlanta, I was in like the 7th or 8th grade, and I was like, I want to live here. This is what I want to do. When I was a senior in high school, picking colleges, I wanted to go to Spelman. That wasn't in my funds, but you know, it was a nice thought to have. But yeah, I've always loved Atlanta. I know people down there, I have friends down there, I have connections down there, and I'm gonna get into like what I want to do. And so I was like, yeah, Atlanta would be great to move to. And the thing about me is I hate doing things by myself. Like, I really hate being alone, and I don't know if it's because I was the only child. I was always alone pretty much. I hate going places alone. I just don't like being alone. And like, for me to have to move to a whole different state, I would want some type of, I don't even know. I just didn't want to go somewhere where I was alone, which is why I'm leaning more towards Atlanta versus LA. Now we're gonna talk about LA. LA is an option because Taylor, my roommate, y'all probably know who she is, y'all watch my vlogs. She suggested that LA be an option because she was thinking about going there, and she didn't want to go somewhere like LA by herself, and neither would I. I don't really know anybody else in California other than my ex, and he doesn't count. But for what I want to do, I could literally go to either place. If you don't know, I am an aspiring actress, and I know it probably seems like I'm putting shadow in my like eyes on my eyelids for days, but look at this palette, y'all. Look at this palette, ain't it beautiful? Wait, it's cute, y'all. I mess with it, but this palette is like dumb buildable. Like, you have to build this. Like, I don't have a problem with the formula, but it's like extremely pressed, so you have to literally build these shadows up. Like, they're pigmented, but you have to make them pigmented. But the thing I like about that is they stay in place when you put them there. You just gotta build that shit up. But it's just like, Los Angeles is expensive. I don't know anybody there, but there's more opportunities. But there's also more competition, as to where Atlanta is like expensive, but it's nowhere near as expensive as LA. There's less opportunities, but I feel like Atlanta is on a rise in the film industry. There's also less competition because everybody's going to like New York. If you want to do like theater, you go to New York. If you want to do like TV, you go to Cali. Like, I think that Atlanta is extremely underrated, but it's on the rise. Anywho, yeah, so I'm just like, you know, I'm really leaning towards Atlanta. And then it's like my best friend Kenny, he is going to Atlanta, so it's like I have a best friend that wants to go to LA, I have a best friend that wants to go to Atlanta, but I know that I cannot base my decision based off of where other people want to go. Because I've done that, but well, not I've done that before, but like I have in the past made decisions based off of what other people think I should do, and I'm done doing that. Like, this year, 2019, this year coming up, it's literally gonna be what I want to do. Where am I gonna be the happiest? Where am I gonna be the most successful? I felt like I failed this year. Literally, things were out of my control. I know that I didn't go home for Thanksgiving. I didn't go home for Christmas. I won't be home for New Year's. I wasn't home for my birthday, and it's just because it's an unhealthy situation back home. And for a long time, I faulted my mother's late fiance, his family. I faulted them because I felt like had they had good intentions, had they not, I don't know, it was just a terrible situation. My mother and I wouldn't have gone through what we went through this year. I feel like I suffered by default. I can't really fault anybody anymore. I can't hold on to the animosity that I had towards people, because we're going into a new year. I can't hold on to that. You know, what happened. It was said and done, and it's time to move on. But going home, it's like it doesn't feel like home anymore. I don't have somewhere to lay my head, you know, where I feel comfortable. Y'all, oh my gosh, I'm not about to get emotional. Like, what is this? I'm not getting emotional. Y'all know how, like, most of the times when you move out of your parents' house, you know that if something happened, you could always go back, and you'd always have a home, you'd always have your room, you'd always have a place to stay. I don't have that. So, for me, going home is like the last thing I want to do, because the what I'd have to be around and what I'd have to see is not something that I want to deal with. I know that I'm gonna have to go back and deal with it eventually, but I just don't. I don't want a reminder of all the pain and all the like things I went through this year. I don't want to feel that, especially going into New Year. So I will go back home eventually, but I just can't do it right now. I just can't do it. Honestly, I can't. And I wasn't sad being by the holiday, like being here for the holidays for myself, because my roommate did go home, so I've literally been here. I work from home, so I've literally been in the house for the holidays by myself. And it's not like I don't feel sad, because I know that I'm putting myself, like by being here, I'm putting myself in the position to not ever have to go through any situations or any of the obstacles that I've gone through this year ever again. Like, that is my goal. I'm trying to put myself in a better position to where I can take care of myself first and then take care of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I gotta do. I know my mom wants to see me. You know, I want to see, you know, my grandmother and stuff, but I cannot lose focus. I cannot mess up my vibe, mess up what I got going on. I just can't do it. I can't afford to do it, because all I have at this point to look out for me is myself. So that's where I'm at now, and we're gonna talk about where I'm going. I did touch a little bit on me moving, but we're gonna talk about why. My lease here is up and the end of July. The good thing about this being like a college campus type apartment is that my lease wasn't a full 12-month lease. It was like an 8 or 9 month lease. So that's freaking great, because I didn't want to be stuck here that long. And Taylor and I both have established that when our leases are up, we aren't renewing. We're moving wherever we're gonna move to. If you know me, you know I'm an extremely indecisive person when it comes to big decisions. Gotta focus, y'all. I can't talk and do this. Yes, honey, y'all. It's cute. 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 What was I talking about? Yeah, I'm just really indecisive, and I just need to make sure that I am doing the right thing for me. And I just feel like my inner happiness is so important, y'all. I'm running out of concealer. If you don't know what you want to do, you know, just look at the things you love. Us as millennials, we have so many options. You know, like, I need to open this other bottle of concealer. We can really do so much. I feel like our parents' generations are kind of like, you have to work, you gotta get an office job, you gotta get like some type of real job and all this other stuff. When literally, we are more focused on like working for ourselves, actually doing things that make us happy, and not just being stuck in some 9-to-5 job that we don't like doing. It's important to do what you love and love what you do. It can take a while, but when you figure it out, you're gonna want to put your everything into it, because it's gonna be like your baby. Your goals and your dreams are going to feel like, you know, your freaking child. You have to like believe in them, work at them, never give up on them. Like, watch them grow. You have to put a lot into them, mold it, like it's shape it, like created, all that. And it's just like your 20s, early 20s, mid 20s are freaking hard. Like, it's easy to get lost, confused, not knowing what path to take. And this is another thing, there's no right path. Like, just because one person did this and it worked for them doesn't mean it has to work for you. But it's good to take other people's experiences into consideration. It's good to have knowledge. You have to figure it out. But once you do, figure out what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it. Doing it is the easy part. Because if you love it and you know that this is for you, your determination is gonna be all that you need to keep going. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't know whether or not I'm going to start a new channel or not. I don't know if I want to keep my beauty, lifestyle, hair stuff. I don't know if I want to keep it separate from my entertainment, my vlogs. I don't know. Earlier this year when I said I was only doing vlogs and skits, I don't know if anybody remembers that, but I said it earlier this year. But I really miss doing makeup videos. YouTube is a platform where I can express myself the way I want to, and I just feel like the makeup stuff is something I enjoy. Like the makeup stuff, that's a hobby. Entertainment is my passion. So it's like I'm mixing like my hobby with my passion, and I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do if I want this to be successful. YouTube is something I can see myself doing for years to come, but YouTube is not my career choice. You know what I'm saying? I do YouTube because it's a combination of my hobby. It's all things I enjoy. Everything that I put out, all the content I put out are things that I enjoy. But a part of it is something that I was called to do. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I first knew that this is something I loved when I was in the 3rd grade. I was writing stories, okay? That's how this all started. I was writing stories. I was passing them around. People would read them. They was like little funny little stories. They was real childish back then, but everybody liked them. People were laughing at them, and seeing the reaction on people's faces, like, that's something I love. I want to make people feel something. You know, like y'all ever watch a real good movie, a real good show, and it got you like on your seat, or it got you like cracking up, or it got you like feeling some type of dramatic effect, like what's it called? Or it got you like wondering what's gonna happen next, and you just anxious. That is what I want to do for people. I started writing stories and things like that, and then the first time I was ever like, I've always had a dramatic personality. I've always been a dramatic ass queen. But the first time that I felt in my heart that I loved acting was when my aunt introduced me to Tyler Perry for the first time. I was about 12 or 13, and it was a summer, it was a summer before 7th grade, and that was when I seen my first Tyler Perry play. I cannot even tell you what it was because I don't remember, but I was watching it and I was just like, wow, this is amazing. I want to do this. And I was already writing, so it was just like, I started getting into playwriting, and I started wanting to take, you know, be in drama clubs and things like that. But growing up, I didn't really have access to all of that because I didn't have money. It wasn't really a priority to anyone. I just feel like I was never taken seriously ever with anything like that. When I finally did join this theater program, it was cool or whatever, but it was a mixture of too many things. I want to focus on what I want to do solely, which is like film acting. I still have not received the training that I want. I still have not gotten the experience that I want, and I want that more than anything. And I feel like me moving is how I'm gonna get it. It's just so many opportunities behind that. A big part of the reason that it took so long for me to understand or for me to accept what I wanted was I was scared. And you know, my dreams were so big, and I was just taught to go to school and get this degree and get this job and do this. And it's just like, everybody had an opinion. Everybody was like, well, what's gonna be your backup plan? What's gonna be this? What's gonna be that? What if this doesn't work out? And it's just like, sometimes you have to remove that negativity, all those voices. You gotta remove them because they will mess you up. And they will leave you in a situation where you're stuck doing something that you don't love and you're unhappy for years. What Big Sean say? I see people in the same place 10 years later. Once I realized that, I dropped out and I said, I'm gonna do this my way. As soon as I figure out what my way is. And another reason it took me so long to accept it was I didn't believe in myself. A. And then when I did start to believe in myself, I feel like no one else believed in me. Just recently, I met this girl through Taylor at this event, right? And we hit it off so freaking good. Like, we had so much in common. And so we follow each other on Instagram, and I have aspiring actress in my Instagram. And when she saw that, you know, she told me that she went to school for theater, and she started asking me how I got into it. And I explained to her the whole like Tyler Perry story and how I started writing at a young age. And for the first time ever, I really felt like somebody believed in my vision. Somebody believed in what I want to do. You know, it's been times I've told people what I want to do. And you know, like, they hear me. But the look in her face, the look in her eyes when I was explaining it to her, it was really refreshing. It was a very genuine look. And it was just like her face lit up to see me talking about something that I was so passionate about. And it felt like, you know, she could resonate with where I was coming from. She could really see, you know, why I want to do it and believe that I could do it. And it was just, I never experienced that type of genuine response, genuine reaction when telling somebody what I want to do and why I want to do it. And a lot of the times I don't tell people because I feel like I don't want any type of negative. If I see doubt in people when I tell them what I want to do, I'm going to start to doubt myself. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, I haven't put out enough of what I want to do. I haven't done enough for me to say, yeah, I'm working on this or I'm doing that. Because, you know, obviously, if you tell somebody you want to do something, they're going to say, oh, what have you been up to? What are you working on? And I don't have that to display. And so I just feel like that alone is going to make people be like, oh, she's not serious. When really I am. It's just I have to get my life in order. I have to create stability for myself. But like explaining it to her and explaining to her like how I plan to move to better, for the benefit of my career, how, you know, it was different. It's something I've never experienced from anyone in person. You know, this was real nice. So in 2019, let's focus on taking care of ourselves. Let's focus on doing what we love, loving what we do. And you don't always have to act off of, you don't always have to do something because someone else said, this is what you should be doing. In regards to my channel, I'm gonna figure it out. You know, people have told me, oh, why don't you just post skits? Why don't you just post Instagram videos? And it's like, I don't want to be an Instagram comedian, you know? And it's just like, you typecast yourself by that. And if I don't know what typecasting is, it's basically like you are fitting, this is the role that you play that is apparent that it's a role that you're good at and you get stuck at that. Like Tiffany Haddish, you know, she's a decent actress, but she plays the same role in every movie, okay? Kevin Hart, he's kind of trying to drift off into different roles, but like, I don't want to be that. I want to be like the female Will Smith, okay? Because Will Smith, he's my favorite actor, and he be doing a damn thing. And he just, Will Smith, he started out, you know, being the funny, you know, being extra, but you see Will Smith play all kind of roles, okay? And that's because he didn't allow himself to be typecasted. And I just feel like when people see me, I don't want people to be like, oh, that's the funny girl. Like, cause I don't feel like I'm funny. I don't want to be a comedian. You know, I don't want to be the funny girl. I just want to make people feel something through my content. That's all I want to do. And I got to figure out what is the best way to go about that for YouTube. If I have to separate if I have to make a new channel, you know, one for my hobby and one for my passion, I'll do that. You guys, let me know what you guys want to see from me. I'm going to get this together by the end of this year. Oh, it is the end of the year. By New Year's in January, I'm going to focus on getting it together. And I just want to leave y'all off with something positive. Well, I'm going to leave y'all off on a positive note. Whatever it is that you want to do, go for it. Don't question it. Pray for guidance to whoever your higher powers that you believe in, because a lot of the time I didn't know, I didn't have the answers. And when decisions have to be made in a timely fashion, you really don't have a choice but to make the decision. So I just try to pray about it. Don't be afraid to take risks. And whatever you're going through, whatever struggles you're going through, you'll get past them. Don't, you know, give up on your dreams because you're stuck in a bad situation. Don't lose sight of what you're supposed to do. And if you don't know what you're supposed to do, just figure out what you love and just run with that. And don't look back, y'all. Don't look back. So, this is the final look. Yeah, ain't it cute, y'all? Ain't it cute? I just want to thank real quick all my daydreamers, all my supporters for sticking with me. I love each and every one of y'all. So, without any further ado, thank you guys for watching. I'm about to go, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. I feel good, y'all. I feel good. This wig kind of snatched. I ain't even going. Oh, this wig kind of snatched. Yes. Oh no, we gotta fix that traction on back there.